Hello, kids. We are going to read Pinduli today. And I want you to look at this cover. It says by the creator of Stella Luna, which you should have already heard. On the back, so we're going to notice some things about our book. On the back, it says, Pinduli's mama has always told her that she's the most beautiful hyena ever. This is a hyena. It kind of looks like a dog or a coyote mixed. But dog, lion, and zebra don't think so. Why else would they make her feel so rotten about her big ears, her fuzzy mane, and her wiggly stripes? Pinduli just wants to disappear, and she tries everything she can think of to make that happen. Yet, nothing goes her way. Nothing, that is, until she triggers a surprising chain of events. From the creator of Stella Luna comes an endearing young hyena who shows the creatures of the African savannah how a few tiny words, bad or good, can create something enormous. Let's keep looking and notice things about our book. We have Pinduli. Pinduli by Janelle Cannon. And we're under her author study. So let's go ahead and start this book. I'll try to angle it so you can see it. What's that? The sun was low in the East African sky. The animals had been sleeping all through the hot afternoon, and now they began to stir. Pinduli awoke before Mama Hyena, eager to explore. Don't go far, Mama yawned. We must hunt soon. There has been so little to eat lately that we'll need all night to find enough to fill our bellies. Pinduli promised to stay close and trotted away. In Africa, it is so hot there, like extra hot, that most of the animals are awake when it starts to get cooler out and at nighttime because during the hot day, like in the afternoon, it's just too hot for them and they'll waste too much energy that they often sleep during that during that time and then are awake at nighttime when it's cooler. As Pinduli passed the waterhole, she spied sleepy animals in the brush. She sniffed the air, which was rich with exquisite and mysterious smells, but something was not so exquisite or mysterious. It's the smell of a dog. Pinduli's sharp ears picked up the soft pounding of pads on the dirt. She spotted a pack of wild dogs at play on a faraway ridge, and then they saw her. The leader dashed towards Pinduli. The other trailed behind and yelped, "Watch out, dog! It's a hyena!" "Just a shrimpy one," Dog scoffed, coming closer. "If it didn't have all that stripy fur, those ears would make me think it was a baby elephant." The pack erupted into wheezing laughter and galloped away, tongues lollying. What do you think about what's happening? Look at the picture. What do you notice about the dog's ears? These are pretty big too, right? Interesting. Let's see how Pinduli reacts to the dog's unkind words. Pinduli had never given a thought to her ears. Were they really so big? She let them fall flat against her head. Plip plop. I can hardly hear now, Pinduli thought, but she kept her ears down. Ahem! A rumbling voice came from the shrub. Ahem! Pinduli whirled around. A lion! The little hyena poofed her mane and suddenly looked twice her size. She was sure that she was mighty and fierce. The lion just calmly looked her up and down. Then he leaned her old, scared face nearer and said, "That prickly fringe hardly becomes you, young lady." Pinduli's mane flopped as she hurried away. She had never given a thought to her coat. But was it really so straggly? Poor Pinduli. Now she's worried about her coat, too. this way. There you go. See that? Pinduli circled back to the water hole, waded into the pool, and let the water soak into her fur. She figured that when the water ran off, her coat would lie flat. No more prickly fringe. Zebra and two friends strolled over, their brown eyes glinting at the sight of the soggy little hyena. Pinduli didn't like their amused look. She tried to lower herself deeper into the water and disappear. But she was too late. If you're going to do stripes, please, please, please work on your symmetry and clarity. Good grooming, not soaking, will take some of that unpleasant haziness out of your patterns, whined Zebra. Then the three tossed their heads, dipped their lips in the water, and drank. That was mean. Pinduli splashed past the startled zebras and escaped to a quiet spot. Were her stripes really so disorderly? Didn't Mama Hyena always say she had the most beautiful hyena ever? She rolled and rolled in the pale dust, which stuck to her wet fur. Soon her soft stripes had completely vanished. Ears pinned, cold flattened, and dusted to a pallid gray, Pinduli wanted nothing more than to get home, hoping no one would notice her. I'm really in trouble now, she worried. I've been gone a long time, and Mama gets awfully cranky when she's hungry. As she headed back to the rocky den, she saw Lion, Zebra, and Dog, along with their rowdy pals, hanging around the water hole. A few wild beasts were there, too, for an evening drink. My, it's busy out here tonight, thought Pinduli, edging away from the others. No luck, the animals turned to see who was coming. Their jaws dropped. Their eyes bulged. Pinduli looked around wildly. What did they see? Look at the illustration. Why does Pinduli look like that? Oh, or why do they look like that? I'm sorry, I wrote that wrong. A ghost! The animal screamed. An evil spirit is upon us. They jumped and ran. Where? Cried Pinduli as she raced behind them. Feet pounded and dust flew and no one answered. The terrified crowd tore through the thorny brush, over craggy stone, and horrified, found themselves at a dead end in the small canyon. They screeched to a halt, huddling closely as they turned to face their worst fear. Why can't Pinduli see the ghosts that others can see? What hints did the illustration give you? Who is the ghost? She's the ghost, right? They think she's a ghost. Dog was the first to speak. Oh, great spirit, he howled. You've come for me. I know it, because I made fun of a young hyena's ears. All eyes were on Pinduli. Ah, so I'm the ghost, she thought. I'd better get in character before they recognize me. Go on, dog, said Pinduli in a slow, deep voice. The spirits want to know why you would commit such a hideous, awful, atrocious crime. Dog's voice quavered. I don't know. I guess I was still mad at Fence Fox for calling me Butterfly Head. Lion joined in. Please spare us your wrath. I too have spread discord by insulting a young hyena's mane, but Vulture called my own mane a mange. Pinduli nodded sagely. Zebra stomped her hoof. Owl told me that my stripes were garish. A tear rolled down her long face. Everyone fell silent. Pinduli's mind whirled as she tried to think of what a ghostly spirit might say. Of course, spirits always give tasks and want offerings, she thought. Let's see. Okay, Mama will love this. In order to appease bad spirits, you must find your tormentors and make peace, Pinduli called out with authority, and always leave a bit of every meal as an offering. If you do this, I shall never return. She turned and glided away on her tiptoes, trying not to smile. Thank you, called the creatures. We will do as you say. Once out of sight, Pinduli raced home. Dog, lion, and zebra all admit to insulting Pinduli, but they also give a good reason. What reason do they give each other for being unkind? Seems like everyone has been unkind to each other, so they felt bad about themselves, so they were trying to make her feel bad. Ooh, let's go on this side. Let's get the number again. There you are, called Mama Hyena as Pinduli galloped up to her. You look awful. Pinduli was so glad to be home again. It was worth getting in trouble. She didn't even mind the 5 baths it took to get the dirt out of her fur. In fact, it took all night to get Pinduli looking like a beautiful hyena again. I was worried sick. I went looking everywhere for you, said Mama Hyena as she helped smooth Pinduli's coat. Now that you're all straightened up, we've got to get out and find something to eat. It's already morning, and I'm sure you are as ravenous as I am. Pinduli's stomach growled. That very morning, dog, lion, and zebra searched the wild savannah until they found fence, fox, vulture, and owl. We have come here on the order of the Great Spirit, Dog announced. We must find out why you were so rude to us. Fence Fox spoke up. I guess I was having a bad day. Several cats said I looked like a fuzzy bat without wings. He nodded to Dog. Your ears really aren't so bad. Vulture ducked his bald head back. Marabou Stork called me Moonscape, so I got mad and made fun of Lion. Owl moaned. Otter said my feathery stripes look like scribbles. Let's go find those 3 and get to the bottom of this, said Dog. The oddball crowd went searching and found several marabou and otter. We've come here on the order of the Great Spirit, they declared. Uh-oh. I'm in trouble for laughing at Owl's stripes, hisses Otter. Miss Zebra, do you remember when I said your stripes were dull? Mumbled Zebra. Marabou stepped forward on his stilt-like legs. Lion told me that the stare of the sun on my head hurts his eyes. Sorry, grumbled the big bald cat. Oh my gosh, my arm. Why is this book so heavy? Then Dog blurted out, Oh dear, please forgive me. Several Amber's eyes squinted at Dog. You mean for the time you said the wind might pick me up in my giant ears and blow me away? He said. Yep, Dog yipped. Who am I to be talking about ears? He pranced about, flapping his big ears like the wings of a butterfly. Several burst out laughing, and everyone, including Dog, joined in. From that day on, things began to change for Pinduli and her mother. Instead of spending hours hungrily scrounging for meager meals, they found delicious treats everywhere. Look again, eggs, fish, fruit, it's a miracle, exclaimed Mama. As Pinduli tasted a sweet berry, she said, The Great Spirit must be smiling upon us. Mama Hyena looked at her grinning daughter. Wait a minute. Do you have something to do with this? Laughing and feasting, Pinduli told the whole story. You're not only the most beautiful hyena ever, said Mama. You're the smartest hyena ever. The end. This says Meet the Hyena Family, and it just goes through the different types of hyenas there are. And then here are some different animals and about them. And then the end. I thought that book was really great. And when we go back and review books, we can go back and look at why like animals are striped and different types of animals in The African Safari. What I really enjoyed about this book, personally, is that everyone was taught a lesson because someone was mean to someone else. They were mean to someone else who was mean to someone else, right? It's like a domino effect. That's the same thing as when you smile. When you smile, it makes someone else smile, which makes someone else smile, right? So you can go and make a chain of events that is negative or make a chain of events that is positive. And I think this is a very good lesson for us that we need to have always have kind words. Especially in my class, I only allow kind words. And if you have nothing nice to say, you don't say it at all, right? Very good book, and I look forward to reading more books from her. Thanks, friends.